Hello everyone. My name is Aditya Okle from TEMK. Today I am going to explain about series hybrid electric vehicle, that is Vauxhall Ampera. But first, I will explain about what all about series hybrid electric vehicle means, its construction, working, and its application, and then we will move towards our car, that is Vauxhall Ampera. Let's get started. So what is basically a hybrid vehicle first? So hybrid vehicle is a type of vehicle in which both IC engine and electric motor both are used to power the transmission. And in a hybrid electric vehicle, that is HEV, there are three types of configurations. First one is series hybrid, second is parallel hybrid, third is series parallel hybrid. Uh, our focus today is only series hybrid electric vehicle, or we can abbreviate as SHEV. We will first look its energy flow diagram and its construction. So this is the series hybrid electric vehicle SHEV configuration. You can see here that there is the IC engine at the left, which only mean to power the generator, and it is not directly connected to the transmission, that is reduction gear you can see here. So that is basically transmission. So normally what happens in normal IC engine cars is engine is connected to the transmission, and then transmission, that is gearbox, drives the wheels. But here in this case, engine is only connected to the generator, and it is further connected to inverter along with its battery and motor does the work of driving the wheels. So engine only gives power to generator, which converts it into electrical energy. So we will see its working in detail. So this is basically the construction of SHEV. The series hybrid drivetrain are the simplest hybrid configuration. So in the series hybrid, the electric motor is only means of providing power to the wheels. The motor receives electric power from either the battery pack or from the generator, which is run by the gasoline engine. And there is a CPU, that is the computer control unit, or simply computer. The computer determines how much the power should come from the battery, or engine or generator, as it is depend on how we accelerate it. Both the engine and generator and the use of regenerative braking recharge the battery pack. So regenerative braking is basically when a vehicle is retarding, or when we apply brake, the kinetic energy of the wheels is converted into electrical energy and is stored from motor to inverter, and then inverter to the battery. I will quickly remind you. So in this, when we regenerate, so motor acts as a generator. It sends the power back to the battery via inverter. So this is regenerative braking, and the engine is typically smaller in series drivetrain because it only has to meet to certain power demands. The battery pack is originally more powerful than the one in the parallel hybrids in order to provide remaining power needs. And then inverter placed in between them converts the AC current into DC current, which uses the electric motor. And the traction motor frequently are provided only by the electric battery, which can be charged from external sources such as electricity grid. So this is some basic working of SHEV. Uh, so we will move towards its advantages. And one more fact, that why these are also called as range extender electric vehicle. So why are they called as range extenders? So range extender is a fuel based auxiliary power unit, that is APU, that extends the range of battery electric vehicle by driving an electric generator that charges the vehicle's battery. This arrangement is frequently used in a SHEV. The most commonly used range extender are internal combustion engine, but fuel cells or other engines types are also be used, can be used. So this is about range extender vehicle. They are basically so known as REVs, that is range extenders. because they extend its range. So advantages. So as we all know that series hybrid is simplest kind of HEVs, and as discussed earlier, there is no direct linkage between wheels and engine. It can we can operate in optimal narrow region, so thus increasing its efficiency. They can perform at their best during stop and go traffic where gasoline and diesel engines are insufficient. And also there are some common advantages also. So no need of differential acts, motor does the job of moving the wheels as with typical any hybrid. And along with that, it also comes with its demerits, that is lot of energy is lost between conversion of mechanical energy to electrical energy and again into mechanical energy. And also generator increases the cost and weight of the vehicle. So what are the applications, means where are they used? So applications are, they are basically used in more commercial vehicles or some locomotives, diesel electric locomotives, or uh, in some ships as well. This configuration can be used. And also some cars like Chevrolet Ford and other General Motor cars, they also use this type of technology. So with that, we move to our vehicle, that is Vauxhall Ampera. So this is also a series hybrid electric vehicle technology based vehicle. This was launched in 2012 by British company Vauxhall. This was the first PHEV, that is plug-in hybrid passenger car, to be offered for sale in the UK. So PHEV is basically the battery of the Ampera can be charged via external power source as well, along with IC engine, of course. So it was priced as at £35,500, and it was sold from May 2012 to 2015. And then later it was renamed as Chevrolet Volt in the US. So earlier it was originally sold as Vauxhall Ampera, and along with that there are also rebadge versions sold in different countries like Holden Volt in Australia and New Zealand, and then Buick Velite 5 in China. So this was the car which was awarded in the 2013 by Auto Express. It was awarded as Green Award. So this was some introduction. So let's move its specifications. So IC engine of Ampera was MPFI technology based uh, engine, and it was powered by a petrol displacement of 1398 cc, four cylinder. Bore and stroke dimensions, you can see here, 73.4 mm by 82.6 mm. The IC engine Soul was producing the power of 81 horsepower at 4800 rpm. Torque was 126 mm at 4005 sorry 42,050 rpm. It was Euro 5 emission standard based with tank capacity of 15 liter. So these were some main specifications. And talking about hybrid system, so this is PHEV. We have talked it earlier. Battery was lithium ion battery, then capacity of 16 kilowatt hour. Uh, it had permanent magnet electric propulsion motor with motor power of 150 horsepower, and torque was 970 Nm. And with so lone so sorry with only all electric range, it would go about 80 kilometers. So you can see in the bottom picture, it is being charged with an external power, and also with regenerative braking it would also charge. So basically during deceleration. And further, the combined fuel efficiency was around 26 kilometer per liter. So it was very efficient in that sense. And with the top speed of 160 kilometer per hour, which is decent at that time, acceleration was also pretty impressive, 0 to 100 kilometer per hour in 10 seconds. And talking about charging, it would charge up to 6 hours with 240 volt AC charging. And there are also other specifications that it was equipped with automatic transmission, then front wheel drive drivetrain, suspension at the front, independent McPherson stud suspension, and rear lightweight compound crank rear axle suspension. Steering was rack and pinion type, electric power steering, and disc brakes were all round, that is at the rear as well. Tire size was 215/55 R 17 inch, and other specifications you can also see here. uh, Worth noting that there were only four seater, so Ampera was only four-seater car, that is two at the front and two at the rear, and luggage space was also pretty nice, 300 liter. So these were some basic and other specifications. And then talking about features, so it was pretty well loaded in that sense, with lot of safety features at that time as well. So you can see here various safety features, highlighting over the seven airbags, ABS with EBD, then emergency brake assist, uh, braking lights adaptive, then automatic headlamps, wipers, then uh, our basically common safety features like front and rear seat belts, high speed warning, and some other impressive features. It was equipped with like deformation zones front and rear, reinforced passenger safety cell, burst proof door locks, and anti jam door design, and along with that also reverse camera and sensors, along with pedestrian alert system was also there, because hybrid vehicle doesn't make that much noise, so to make alert of the other pedestrian that something is coming, so there was artificial sound it was producing. So this is basically pedestrian alert system, and tire pressure monitoring was also there. So in that feature sense, it was pretty well equipped with other features, such as it was equipped with multimedia interface, that is uh, our audio mp3, then central locking power windows, and then tilt and telescopic steering, then seat height adjustment. So these were some key features, along with rain sensing wipers as well. So pretty much features it was equipped. So these were about our safety features and other features, convenient features. You can see some pictures of it, very nice interior. And one thing you can see at the bottom, that its rear hatch was quite uniquely opening. So this was some uh, different design aspect, which was very impressive at that time. And there are only four seats, you can see at the bottom. There are only two seats at the back, and luggage space you can see here, also pretty impressive. And then there are dimensions, so very well shaped as well, uh, also very spacious at that time, with the impressive length 4.5 meters in length, 1439 mm height. So it was very aerodynamic as well. uh, so these were all about its dimensions and other features. There is so Apart from that, there is not much to talk about it. So that's all about this car Ampera and SHEV configuration. So thank you with that.